All right. I didn't take any trades this week. Nothing really looked appetizing to me. We had non-farm yesterday on a Thursday, which was really weird. Some more news today. I think the market was really just kind of seeing all the data that we've missed, how that was going to play out. So there wasn't that many great opportunities in the market this week, for me at least. Um, the one thing I did see was that today on Friday, EU was coming into this 4-hour imbalance. We've got a really nice strong rejection after this low was swept, resweep and push up, multiple breaks of structure. And yeah, it left this nice 4-hour imbalance. We saw yesterday that price, New York kind of just touched into it. We'll see it better on the 1 hour here. Touched into it. I don't call this a mitigation at all. This is actually created a really nice inducement. So today we had hoped to see this get swept. London pushes down into it. It does get swept by in between London and New York the time I'm not trading. Sucks to see. I'll see that a lot where my zones are getting hit in London and then New York just kind of twiddles around and doesn't do much. So this time I wanted to see New York try to resweep this low. It's still valid in this 4-hour imbalance. I could still see a rejection out of this zone. And near the end of my session, we started seeing it trend down towards this low to sweep. So, I'm not really expecting much. It's on a Friday. I know the market doesn't tend to make its really big moves on Fridays. I'm not expecting a massive reversal, but at least, I want to see it take New York high after it sweeps this low. My entry time frame is the 5 and 3 minute. So going down to the 5, we see price action start to look like it's going to sweep this. Price is falling down, but unfortunately, when it does sweep, my entry time is until 11 o'clock Eastern Standard hard stop. I've just found that the market doesn't do much after that time. Here's my cat. It's easier just to have that hard set rule. So I'm not questioning setups after that time. I'm not sitting on the charts too long, waiting for a setup at noon or at 1 o'clock. If I can just tell myself I have this 3-hour window, it's a hard rule. There's just no second guessing in it. It reduces the amount of decisions I have to make while I'm trying to make decisions trading. It's just lightening your load. And I've found too many times where I'm like hemming and hawing about my trading windows that, sometimes I'll take a trade at 11:10 or at 12 and I'll lose and I'll be like, I broke my rule and that's why that trade failed. So don't even give yourself that opportunity to break your rule. Set the hard stop rule, and then if the trade works, great. If it doesn't, then you followed your rules, and even better, but you haven't lost anything. So just going into it, we have a fake out. Price wasn't really able to break, this order block right here on the 5 minute originally, so I would have been waiting for a break of structure up here anyway. I wouldn't have gotten that. We have a nice resweep, which is, this is beautiful. This is exactly what you want to see earlier in the session. This gives me a ton of confidence to enter. Beautiful bullish candles out of that zone, and a tap back into the fair value gap. On the 5 minute, this is super clean. On the 3 minute, also super clean, right? However, I didn't really get the RR I would have required from this. Had I entered here, I would have been targeting New York high, and I wouldn't have got it. I would have had to have exited earlier today because it's Friday, markets close. I, at best, would have got 0.5. It's something, but it's not the trade I'd want. So it's not the RR I'd want. Yeah, so didn't take it. It's all good. Wasn't a full TP. Would it have been something? Yeah, but it would have been something at the cost of breaking my rules, and that just is not worth 0.5 RR.